was kind of a cliche question, but I was gonna ask you, I guess, when you realized you were gay.
I was sort of raised in that like really super stupid religious sort of view where like these things you have to do as a dude, you have to do them and you have to think a certain way. So around then I was really confused due to how believing that as well, and my feelings towards the same gender was overwhelming. So yeah, that was fourth grade. And but that entire time I was still really secretive. The only time I really came out was to Zuleika in eighth grade, and I still didn't really accept it. It was kind of my days off where I would just get frustrated because at first I did start off with just sexually, like there's so much more than that, just than sexuality. It's identity in general as how I view myself. It took some time to understand that. First of all, I really did, because it was just really confusing to me. Not so much confusing, it was unnoticed. The way I thought of myself mentally and how I am physically. In my mind, for the longest time, or whenever I thought of the future, which might seem a little bit crazy, I always naturally I saw a woman instead. When I think of finding a career, I saw a female. And when I thought of being a parent, I saw a mom. And then I really began to dig deep on that subject when it became aware to me that there's just other people that are similar in that sense. Through Tumblr, I followed someone and she was into binding. I learned a lot from her because she was really confident about it. She didn't question it. And that confidence somehow transferred through the internet to me, and it kind of woke me up a little bit. It's not that common in a sense. Online it is. That's because everyone gathers together when they feel that connection. But I didn't find anyone, and I personally felt really crazy over it. I thought I was developing like a second personality.
And how old were you when you, I guess, came to that conclusion?
20. Well, I'm 21 now. Yeah, 20. So it's still fresh, which is why I'm a little bit. I don't want to say anything with overconfidence because it's still a subject I'm learning and accepting daily. That's because that takes for me, a lot of effort, because I have a lot of insecurities about my body in the sense that it's very masculine. Like, I know I could pull off being boy, but it's not what I want. As of recent, I mean, I would like to go to my friends since I go to them about everything. I honestly do. Any sort of issue I have, I'll go to them, and they usually help me out. But anything relating to my identity is a little bit weird. I don't want to bother them with it. I don't want to go to them and be like, hey, I'm having a tough day because I'm not a girl. They're just going to sit there and be like, how can I help him? This struggle, this like obstacle, I feel is really important to me and only me. And I have to do it on my own in order to finally come to a conclusion maybe of what I am. Sometimes you don't feel something's right, so you try to work with it and you try to find what makes you feel right, and that's all it is. I want to hug the essence of femininity and make it my own, and like I want to absorb it. But yes, I am attracted to female clothing, and I'm going to wear female clothing once I'm in a more like comfortable environment, not living at home. Just the subject of me being gay is difficult.
Do you guys talk about it?
No, and never. It is a subject I try to avoid just because it feels awkward. No one is really okay with it at home. My mom is decent, but I'm sure if she heard or saw something that wasn't pleasing to her eyes, she'd definitely let me have it. I mean, she goes crazy just over the fact that there's a freaking nail polish on my fingers, like, she'll go crazy. It's annoying. Okay, but, you know, simple things like that irritate her. Like, now I could walk around with freaking eyeliner on, but that took forever for her to get used to. I've never really had anyone over my house because, again, it's just an awkward place for me. Now, I don't like going home, so why am I gonna have someone come over too? I don't like being there because I have to be not myself there. So I can't be not myself with a friend. Which is why I've been so internet. My entire life has been internet. It literally is my description. Ever since I was in elementary school. It's been my only gateway, I guess, to exploring everything. Thankfully, I had the internet because I wouldn't be who I am now. I wouldn't understand anything at all. I'd be some lunatic, probably, confused out of their mind. But there's no connection at all.
So would you ever try to seek guidance outside of social networking and, I guess, online communities? Like, would you ever try to find someone?
Yeah, that's way better. Just having that physical essence in front of you, that person, whoever he, she, it, whatever they want to be, is in front of you, makes it seem so much more realistic. Because I could have plenty of friends online and still be lonely.
Have you tried looking for people?
No, I don't know how. Maybe I haven't tried hard enough. Or maybe I haven't tried at all. Yeah, I haven't tried at all to find anyone. If I want to grow, I need to surround myself with people who are knowledgeable, so their knowledge could become my own.
In the LGBT community, you could still experience discrimination with.
Yeah, that's the worst part. Don't even get me started. I could write paragraphs over it, because it is the worst sort of hate. I go into fits of rage over this because there are so many assholes out there who consider themselves homosexual and will bash another gay in a heartbeat for being gay. We have it tough already. Now I have to go to my community and get hated on too because I like to wave my hand around while talking. There are so many people who still stick to that whole you are born with what you have and that is what you will be for the rest of your life. Come on. It's not so much about sexuality, it's just like finding out who you are, not just like gender and sexuality. It's a fucking adventure of life. Finally figuring out what the fuck you feel is good for you. All I know is that my people, now I'm Moses, they need me, not so much me, but people like me to help them understand and feel whatever they feel is completely normal. So that's why I have to go and become part of the LGBT community. I have to. Everyone has their skills. And some are incredibly obvious. More like some people are artistic, you know, some people sing really well and things like that. It's just everyone has their skills, and my skill is I can carry everyone's burden. I'm more confident than I ever was, even back in high school, even after high school, like the year that I haven't been there or whatever. I definitely am proud of who I am, both sexually and just entire essence of who I am.